So when I got here, I stayed at a place called Yanti Guest House, which is right next to Echo Beach, very close to the beach, and it was very like good price. It was basically like I stayed there for 1 week and it costed around 2 million rupiah, which is around 200 New Zealand dollars. And I booked it through bookings.com. The really cool thing, and I don't know why they're doing this because I feel like it's such an amazingly good deal, but like if you make a booking and it costs over like 170 New Zealand dollars or something, which isn't all that much at all, you get a free airport shuttle transfer, or at least some hotels provide that. Yeah, so when I got here, the bookings.com already booked a driver for me essentially. And then when I got out of the airport, the dude had a sign, and then I got into his car, and then he dropped me off at the Yanti guest house where I stayed for a week. There was this bottled water I bought called Pristine Water, and like it was the most expensive water there, like 13,000 rupiah, or it's like $1.30 New Zealand. But it was like this like Japanese like alkaline water, and it was like honestly it's probably the best water I've ever drank, because like I bought like basically I think maybe 3 brands of bottled water from there just to try. That one by far is like the most delicious, crisp, fresh, pure water I've drank, and it was like significantly noticeable. Like even the first time I drank it, I'm like, man, I feel really good drinking this water. And that night I had a really good sleep as well, and I felt really good. I'm like, damn, this is like some magic water. Really close to there as well, there was this place I could buy a SIM card. I got one from the brand Telkomsel, and yeah, it was just from this lady, and I found her just through Google Maps because she had such good reviews. Only because she tells you to review her 5 stars after she does it, but she does a good job anyway, so I guess she deserves it. But I just got the most basic plan, which is 200,000 rupiah, which is like 20 New Zealand dollars, and that's per month. And I got 18 gigs of data through that, and you can call and text and stuff as well. But then she gave me like a bonus 6 gigs of data, so I got like 24 gigs of data, which was really cool. But you can't hotspot with it, that's the only thing. Yeah, and then if you want to withdraw money, there are 3, I mean, there's probably more, but I know for sure that there are 3 banks in Bali that if you use either Wise or Revolut, which is those like international banking cards, like they're really good, and it's all free and everything as well. Like if you're interested in Wise, I'll drop my referral link down below, and you can sign up through that and you get a bonus as well through it. But essentially, if you use Wise at either BCA, BNI, or Mandiri banks, you get there's no fee to withdraw, and like the currency exchange rate is so perfect. You know, like if you were to go on Google and just like, you know, what is 100 USD in rupiah, like you'll get a number, right? And it's like the Wise number is very close to that, you know, every time you exchange. So it's a really good deal. Like it's much better getting foreign currency this way. Like go to the foreign country that you're going to, go to an ATM in that country, and then withdraw money with a Wise card. Like that is the best way, in my opinion, that I found to get the local currency. Yeah, and like some Canggu specific things, like there's this restaurant I really like called Roti Canai, and yeah, it's like I guess it's like sort of Malaysian vibes, I suppose, but it's like it's got like tons of Indonesian local food and like really good smoothies and smoothie bowls and like super good price. So yeah, I went there like all the time to get breakfast essentially. And one of my favorite foods to eat here is it's called Nasi Campur, which is like it's like rice but like mixture. I think Campur just means to mix. So basically you go to the local eatery, which is called a Warung, and then yeah, basically you just like pick and choose what you want. Like I really love tempeh, so usually I just get rice, and sometimes double rice with like double tempeh, or like tofu, or like triple tempeh. But yeah, but you can get like chicken, you can get like meats, you can get vegetables, like just eggs, like tons of options there. It's really cool, and it's like and it's like local food, you know, like if you want to experience local food, I really recommend you try this one. And because it's local, it's super affordable. Like usually you get like a big plate of like food for like yeah, like 30,000 rupiah, which is like 3 New Zealand dollars. My favorite one I go to is called Sika Warung, or Warung Sika. Warung Varuna is also similar vibes, and also Warung Local is similar vibes. Warung Local is more like a modernized version for like more touristy vibes. Like it's, you know, it's not that like run down sort of local Warung vibe. It's more like done up, but it's still really good. There's also like a calisthenics setup in Canggu that I think most people don't know about. But it's on the beach outside Amerta Bar. Yeah, and there's like, so they have like bars and dip bars and like weights and stuff. And like every day, 7:30 a.m., they have a workout, like a free workout club, which is really cool. And like if you're wanting to meet other people in Canggu, and I would say Bali in general, check out a website called Nomeo. It's basically like Meetup, but for digital nomads and way better. And there's like so many events every week, and it's like really cool. And it's like because you all know you're sort of in the same area, like it's a really cozy community vibe where you really feel like you're getting to know people in the domain. Yeah, like for example, this morning I went to a free Indonesian language class from there, and they had like a board games night, and they do like, you know, open mic nights, and like just like tons of cool stuff like to get amongst and like meet people. And yeah, it's like really cool. Like I really recommend you checking out Nomeo if you want a way to meet people. And also outside Amerta Bar, the calisthenics place, they sell coconuts for like 25 Indonesian rupiahs. Yeah, and it's like so good after a workout, you know, like you work out, you sweat your fucking face off. You work out, you go for a swim, and then you drink like a coconut, like a real coconut, right? It's really cool. Well, yeah, and also like if you don't want to rent a scooter, because it is pretty hectic here, though, you know, it is also really fun. You can use Gojek or Grab, and they're like basically Ubers. I use both, and basically I check both at the same time when I want to get somewhere. Because it's funny, like, sometimes they have the same prices, but sometimes one does have a better price. So you could, if you really, yeah, if you want to save money, you can do that. Grab is more, you can also use it for like Uber Eats for food. I haven't done that yet, but Gojek is, I think, only for transport, though I'm not sure completely. I did try a few co-working spots, like Tribal, which was pretty cool, and also Kajan. Kajan is more of a newer one, and yeah, like it's pretty cool. I think it's all pretty affordable. Like for example, if you want to work at Tribal, you don't have to sign up for a membership. You can just go there, buy some food or get a drink, and you can stay for 3 hours. And then if you want to stay longer than 3 hours, you just got to keep buying more food, which is like a pretty cool deal, right? But yeah, I don't know. I just get too much social anxiety when I'm like co-working. Like I'm like, I just want to be in my room. Like the Wi-Fi here is good enough. Like I don't, like, you know, when I want to work, I want to work. I don't want to half work and half like trying to woo chicks or some shit, you know? Like I'm just there to work. But yeah, it's been really good. Like I've been feeling so much better. Like despite the humidity and everything, I think my body actually really likes this type of weather, this humid tropical weather. Like it's really healthy for me, even though it feels kind of gross sometimes. Yeah, and like, you know, swimming in the beach, walking on the beach, watching the sunset. Oh, yeah, there's some really dope sunsets here, like for show. So the tempeh, I don't know, like tempeh is like it's like it's a way of processing soy. But it's like, yeah, it's like fermented soy, and it's like really good for you apparently, like really good protein and also digestion because of the fermentation. So maybe that's been really good for me, or just a general vibe. I think being here is like, it's very lively, happy energy, you know? It's not like people stuck in a city and like they don't know how to live their life because that's all they've ever known. But like most people that come here, you know, it's like, yeah, I get to go to Bali and I'm free, I get to be here and it's so cool to be here. Like the energy I find is much more positive than your regular city. And also like the Balinese Indonesian culture, I suppose, in general is just like, I find happier. Like there's just an air of love here that I find you don't find in a modern, typical, you know, skyscraping city. So if you ever want to come to Bali and you want tips, feel free to message me and I can share what I know. But yeah, I'll probably make more of these videos anyway, updating with more tips in the future.